Hey guys, it's Erica here at the Wanda Mount Pleasant branch. I am here today to give you a new video on Canvas 101, the new LMS for Charleston County Schools. And today is really important. I want to show you how to set up a parent observer. As a parent observer, you're actually going to have your own Canvas page. It will connect with your student through a special code, and I'm going to show you how to get that. And basically, it gives you the ability to go ahead and set your notifications to fit your lifestyle. It allows you to add classes for all of your students. So if you have more than one student in CCSD, you can add them all to your observer account so you can actually see all of their Canvases at one time, which can be very overwhelming. However, there are ways to go ahead and make that less difficult. We can give you tips and tricks on how to do that. But for today, I just want to show you how to sign up for that observer account. So first thing you need to do is to sign into your student's account. So I'm going to get rid of this. Log into Canvas. And here's my student. And here is the dashboard for my student's Canvas, his science, his social studies, and his English. And what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to go into his account, and I'm going to go to settings. Once you're in settings, you'll see over here, there is a button that says pair with observer. That is what you want to hit. When you click on that, it is going to give you a special code that you are going to need to pair with your student's account. So in order to do that, you're going to want to go ahead and write that down or take a copy of it. Hit OK. And now we're done with your student's account. You're going to want to sign out. So I'm going to log out of my student's account. And now I'm going to go over here and it says, do you need a Canvas account? You're going to need an account to be able to have an observer role with your students. So you're going to want to go ahead and click on that. And you'll see this very user-friendly page right here. It says, I'm a teacher, I'm a student, and right underneath it says parents sign up here. You're going to want to go ahead and click on that. And this is where you're going to put in your information. So mom, one, your email, and a password. And then where it says student pairing code, you are going to want to enter the code that you got from your student's account. Once you've entered that, you agree to the terms of service and hit start participating. And this is actually going to create your account for you. This I was just doing as a sample, but I already have created an account. So I'm going to go ahead and log into that so that you can see what it looks like. So here I am mom one. Use the right one. And here I am. I am on my observer page for my student. So I can see my student Jimmy's account. You can see it says observing Jimmy right here. So this is how you know which student's class you are looking at. If you're a parent that has numerous children in CCSD, you can go ahead and add each student on basically the same way, except instead of creating a whole new account, you will sign in as your student into their account, and then you go under your account and you see you have settings here. You're going to click on settings. And this is your setup. Okay, so this is where you can see your information, and this should all be correct, hopefully. And then underneath, you're going to see observing. If you click on observing, you're going to get the student pairing code. So this is where you're going to enter the codes that you have gotten from each of your students' settings under their Canvas. So each one, if you wanted to go through and get a pairing code for each student first before you even create your Canvas account, you could do that. I like to create my account with one student and then just add the rest in. So you would get your pairing codes, you would enter them, and then you would hit add student. And it'll tell you now observing Jimmy. That is my student. So now I can add another student and it would say now observing Olivia or now observing Bruce. Okay, so it'll add as many of your students to your observer role as you need. And then once they're on here, it'll give you a list right here of which students you are observing. And then you can go back to your dashboard. And on your dashboard will be all of the classes for any student that you have added. It can be a lot because if you have many students, all the different students have different class blocks. And as a really great tip for you, what I can say is if you go to these three dots on the class cubes, it'll give you a color. If you have 3 different students in CCSD, my suggestion would be assign your student a color. So let's say Jimmy is going to be blue. I pick blue, I hit apply. So any of Jimmy's classes, I would do that and I would make their class blue. So I can immediately tell which one of these class blocks belongs to Jimmy based on the color. And you can even move these around so you can change the placement so that all of Jimmy's classes are at one row, all of Olivia's are in the next, and all of Bruce's are underneath that. Okay, so that's just a tip from me. Go ahead and do some type of color organization or move them so that they're all together so that you're not fishing around on your dashboard to try and figure out where that class block is for each of your students. And then also, of course, it'll be in your class list. I only have one student, so that's why you're only seeing the one right now. And then when you go to your calendar, you will see over here, all of the students' classes for all of your students will be listed here. Again, I only have the one, but because it's blue, all of Jimmy's classes and assignments, anything that's on that calendar for Jimmy will come up in that blue color. And the same will happen with Olivia, and the same will happen with Bruce. Each different child will have a different color attached to them. So very quickly you can decipher which assignments are due, what announcements are for what student, just as a very quick visual for yourself. Again, all just tips and tricks that hopefully will help you make the most of your Canvas page and be able to help your student or observe your student to the best of your ability and try and keep your life as simple as possible. So that's it for today. Hopefully you are able to sign in under your student, get that special code that is their student pairing code. Once you have the code, go ahead and make yourself a new Canvas account. Go ahead and enter your pairing code. And once you're in, take the same opportunity to look around, push buttons, play with different options, see what they do. It's a really great way to learn technology is by just using it. You can't hurt anything, you can't change anything. As an observer, you're just able to see what's going on. Another really quick tip that I'm going to give you is actually for your notifications. If you go over here, you'll see notifications right here. And we did this for your student, but this is for you. So if you have 3 or 4 or 5 students in CCSD, you're going to get quite a few updates depending on what you've set for notifications. So you can see some will be right now, some will be daily, some will be weekly, some I'll never get. But you have to go through this list, and it's a long list, but you have to decide what things are more important for you to know about your student. That way you can set them so that you're not receiving constant updates about all different things for all of your students. So right now, due dates, I have them set for weekly. I would much rather get due dates daily. I want to know what's due today, so when I get home, I can say, okay, what is it that you have to do tonight? I think you have an assignment due tonight. Let's look at it, make sure that it's okay, and then if it's not due tonight, we can, move on to the next thing. Um, or things like class content. I don't need to know my class content every week. If there's a problem with the class content, I can always inbox the teacher, which we've covered in a previous video. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the X and set that to never. This is really great because once it turns green, it's set for now. If I later decide I really need those grading policies every single day, I can go ahead and change that over to immediately. So I will get them daily whenever they go out. And it's only saved that way until you change it again. But if you don't change it, that's what it's going to stay for the rest of the school year. So it's great that you have that option to go ahead and change these to fit your lifestyle. We don't want you to be over stressed by the amount of notifications that you're getting if you don't necessarily need to get them all the time. So again, this is the video on how to set up an observer role for the Canvas LMS for CCSD. Please, if there's anything that you can think of that you would like to see us cover, send us an email, let us know, and we will try and get a video up for you as soon as possible. Other than that, we hope to see you for our next video. Have a great day.